Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. What's my fucking name? Tim Tszyu is back, man. When I say back, I mean like he got knocked out and he bounced right back. And he's already looking to get back into big fights again. Now, some people are sitting there saying Tim Tszyu is crazy. I don't think he's crazy. I think Tim Tszyu is what boxing needs. You know what I'm saying? You come out here, you take a loss, you brush it off, and you come back better than ever. But I don't know just how good how much better Tim Tszyu can become. I don't know if he can really be. I think he's good, but I don't know. I don't know if he can really be great unless he gets out of Australia. And in my opinion, go to Russia and train with his pops. But he's gonna do what's best for him. You know what I'm saying? But the bottom line is he's letting the world know. I'm not going anywhere. I'm coming back. I'm looking for big time fights. He lost in 3 rounds to Murtazaliev, which was pretty much a one-sided beatdown. And to get dropped the way he got dropped, I think the fight could have been stopped. But to get dropped the way he was dropped, and about that, he was expected to win. Like, I'm telling you, those knockdowns, a flash knockdown, it happens. But to see him get put down the way he's getting put down, that referee should have never allowed that fight to continue. But the bottom line is, he says, look, I lost 2 in a row. I don't know what's going to happen with my future. But one thing's for sure, I'm going to come back to big fights. Now, there's some fans who already turned their back on Tim. They said, look, the man lost 2 in a row. His career's over. And see, that's what sucks. His career's not over, okay? I wouldn't even count the Fundora fight. This fight, no kidding, he lost. Like, there's no argument here. He lost his fight hands down. But outside of this fight, you haven't seen Tim Tszyu get outclassed by anyone, okay? At the same time, he was in a unique situation. An opponent, 74-inch reach, Tim Tszyu, 70-inch reach. The opponent picked up really quickly on Tim Tszyu's predictability, and he just got caught. And he just couldn't move on from the knockdown. But now he's saying, you know what? He wasn't good enough. He recognizes that. And this is what you need from fighters, man. Forget what fans say. Fans are fickle. But when you get a fighter who can sit there and humble himself and say, you know what I was doing wasn't good enough against this particular opponent. And if I'm going to come across another opponent like this, 1, I recognize the advantages that they have. And 2, I recognize that I'm going to have to be less predictable in my attack, because Tim was getting caught. Just simple counters, man. And if he fought Terrence Crawford, I would say if that fight was against Crawford, I think Crawford would have hurt him. If that fight would have been against Keith Thurman's a counterpuncher. I think Keith would have hurt him. The difference between Crawford and Keith is Crawford has a 74-inch reach. Keith Thurman does not. So I think Keith would counter him, but I don't think it would have been as easy as it was for Madrimov. I mean, for for Murtazaliev, and as easy as it would have been for Crawford, because they have, again, a 4-inch reach advantage and they know how to use it. But I like the fact that he congratulated his opponent, and he recognized that it was a tremendous opponent. And the opponent even said, look, you come out here to Russia and train with me. I wouldn't mind having you in camp. And maybe he needs to just take a deep breath, regroup, and go on out there and work with his dad and work with them Russians and work with Murtazaliev. Because I think there's something there with Tim Tszyu. I don't think he should just be shelved right now. I really do think, in addition to the last name and the money, I think there's something there to Tim Tszyu. I think Tim Tszyu can really make some noise. But I think he should rebuild instead of just jump back into big fights. You know what I'm saying? But he's got plenty of answers, I think, in that ring, as far as a good gauge on where he's at and what he should do. Tim Tszyu is a brawler. He's not a boxer, brawler. He's not a free swinger. He is a guy who will just come to fight. He's not really trying to get his head off the line. He'll try to parry a few punches, but Tim's a fighter. And you saw what happened in that fight when he came in there, and he came in there to fight. When he got hurt and got hit, he got up and he was looking to fight. He won't clinch. He won't do those necessary things to ensure he can weather the storm and get out of the early rounds, and maybe he may have an opportunity later in the fight. He's just not that kind of fighter, which is very entertaining for us, but for him, it's not good. I'm not saying someone should get a hold of him and say, hey, you need to start clinching or fight scared. Not at all, but fight smart. And clinching is definitely part of boxing. You know what I'm saying? To see his corner throw the towel in, like, that shit's got to be humbling. Got to be humbling to see your corner throw the towel in like that. As a matter of fact, I think they should have thrown it in sooner, but they're probably hoping the referee would stop it. But that was necessary. That shit is like, matter of fact, he was getting beat pretty bad. But I think Deontay Wilder was getting beat even worse because it was just over and over and over. And that second Fury fight, man, and Mark Whelan threw that towel in. That Wilder fight was probably worse. But Tim Tszyu was in bad shape. Wilder was able to kind of stand up to a lot of the punishment, but Tim Tszyu was all over the place. But nonetheless, those kind of stoppages humble a person. And I'm glad Tim is not looking to get rid of his corner or do nothing crazy. I want to go out on my shield. If I'm ready to die in the ring. Nah, Tim Tszyu was grateful that they stopped that fight. All that dying in the ring shit, that shit sounds good. That's dumb. Miguel Cotto said it the best. That's dumb. Why? I got a family, kids. Why would I come and want to die in the ring? And I agree with him. That shit is stupid to just be cool with getting someone beat you to death in a fucking ring. But anyway, Tim Tszyu's dad told him, he said, look, never give up. When I was young, I couldn't give up. I was in Russia. Times were hard. And look what I did for myself. And to see you keep shooting for the stars, you know, you may crash and burn along the way, but the bottom line is you just need to keep going. And with you continuing to go forward, that keeps me motivated and inspired as your father, and we'll get there together. And I think that's outstanding. But something that's interesting is let me see something here. Tim Tszyu may be kind of, God damn it. Tim Tszyu may be on the decline, but I tell you what, his brother Nikita Tszyu is on the rise. Now, this was updated as of October 21st. See, Crawford's the big dog, Majima, Fundora, Ortiz, Tim Tszyu, Bohachuk, Ramos, Conwell, Mendoza, Murtazaliev. I would think this will get updated again, and Murtazaliev will probably jump up ahead of Tszyu. I'm sure this is going to get kind of shuffled around a little bit, but this is what you got here. Let me make this a little bit larger. So you know who are the champions at 154. Fundora is the big dog in the WBO. Crawford's an interim. Murtazaliev is still the big dog at the IBF. Fundora is the big dog at the WBC. Ortiz is the interim. Then Crawford's the big dog at the WBA. Now, I don't know what exactly they're going to do here as far as who's going to fight who, but we know Earl Spence for the WBC is supposed to be lining up with Fundora. Virgil Ortiz is trying to figure out his next fight. Bohachuk is fighting Majimov. At some point, Erickson Lubin, right? He's got to get an opportunity at somebody. If you look at what Erickson Lubin is here, okay, in the Erickson Lubin in the WBO has dropped 5 spaces from 4 to 9, right? But if you look at Erickson Lubin in the IBF, he's ranked number 3, and number 1 and 2 spots are vacant. That tells me that Lubin probably gonna get an opportunity to face Murtazaliev, some big name, okay? Because Tim Tszyu got that opportunity, which I see a little secret society shit going on there, but whatever. But Lubin is gonna get a crack at something. Because check this out, right? We know what's going on with Spence. We know what's going on with Bohachuk. We know what's going on with Majimov. Ramos, Jamel Charles supposed to be fighting Jesus Ramos. Zayas and Conwell, I'm not sure what's going to happen there. But Lubin has moved down 1 space here. But if you look right here for the WBA, Lubin is the mandatory. So between the IBF and the WBA, Erickson Lubin should be getting an opportunity at either Murtaza Aliyev or Terrence Crawford. If not, maybe he fights this guy Abbas Barrow. But Lubin is in a great position. I don't know what the issue is with him getting back in the ring, but he looks to be pretty content with where his career is right now. But this is what made me laugh a little bit. Nikita Tszyu is now ranked number 13 by the IBF. Nikita Tszyu is ranked number 14 by the WBO. And is Nikita Tszyu... He hasn't broken to the other rankings yet. But Nikita Tszyu is being ranked now in the top 15 in 2 of the 4 sanctioning bodies. So y'all can say what you want about Tim Tszyu, but if you want to see a fighter, right? I don't know how far Nikita Tszyu goes, but if you want to see a banger, a scrapper, a Ricardo Mayorga type guy who's going to just fight you, Nikita Tszyu. Tim Tszyu is one thing, but that goddamn brother Nikita gonna make some noise. He can get hit, and he's there to be hit. But boy, the shit he dishes out is a hard pill to swallow. Anyway, y'all keep cool, man. Tim Tszyu's letting y'all know what's my effing name, and my brother's in the mix now, and he wants to come back in big fights. Now, when I look at who can he fight, I don't know. I think Virgil Ortiz is a fight to make, but even Virgil Ortiz, I got to be on that. That may be a little bit too much for him, but money talks. Tim Tszyu's still a household name. He's a big draw, but I don't know what's next for him. But one thing is he needs to get himself together, figure out where he's going to train, what he's going to do, because he can't come back in a fight and keep getting hit with shots like that. That can't happen, right? Anyway, y'all keep cool. I'm in the breeze.